November is Epilepsy Awareness Month. It is extremely important to understand that epilepsy can alter someone's life. It's extremely important for you to take your medicine and adhere to what your doctor's advice is at all times. Joining me today is a very special guest who has been epileptic since the age of 7. He's 53 years old now, and he's still epileptic, but he is willing to tell his story. Please join me in welcoming Eric Payne. Welcome to the show, Eric. Eric, tell me how old you were when you were first diagnosed as being epileptic.
7.
Did you always have the same type of seizures throughout your life?
No, I didn't. The first one was fatigue. The second one was dropsies. And the other one was the grand mal.
Okay, so tell me the difference between all 3 types of seizures that you've experienced throughout your life.
Okay, the fatigue, where you could just drop your head, and that could be bad too, because if it's something around or whatever, like a table, you can hit your head hard on the table. The
How
other
old
one,
were you when you were going through the petite seizure?
7. I was 7.
Okay. How long did that last? From 7 to what age?
7 to 18.
The petite? When you were
Yes.
dropping your head? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now, I would say to anybody, the dropsies, that can come on at any time.
Okay.
Anytime.
Now tell me about the drop seizures.
Okay. I remember one time I was on the K bus, and I got off the K bus, and I just fell out. Just got off the K bus, and I just fell out. See, the dropsies, that can come on at any time.
How long does it last? Like when you drop.
When I drop, well, how long did it last? Like maybe 6 minutes.
Okay, so you actually fall out?
I would fall out, yes.
When you fall out, are you aware that you just fell and you're just laying there and can't move?
And until I come to. Now, if I was to hit something,
Mm-hmm.
I automatically just jump right up.
Okay.
But I think, to me, the dropsies, I think that's the most dangerous one of them all.
Okay.
Because you never know what's around, what's laying there, or whatever. If you hit your head, somebody who has epilepsy or whatever, I think that's the most dangerous one.
Have you ever broken anything with your drop seizure?
Yes, I have hit my head. I have broken my nose and my ribs.
Wow. And all of those times when you had those drop seizures, you were out and about. Were you home at any time?
I know one, I was home. I think when I broke my ribs, I was home. Like I said,
Okay.
The other one, when I got off the K bus, that's when that happened.
Now, when you came to, you were laying on the ground. Were there strangers around you or the ambulance?
No. When there wasn't nobody around me. I just, like I said, I would drop, and I would just come out of it real fast.
Mm.
So that's the most dangerous one. To me, that's the most dangerous one.
And then you said you had grand mal seizures.
Yeah, the grand mal seizures. That's a little bit hard for me to explain. The grand mal,
because you're unconscious
seizures
at that point.
Yeah, you're unconscious. Now that can happen, and that happens in your sleep. But say, like, if you had a seizure when you was woke or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
somebody will have to keep calling you and calling you and calling you, trying to get your attention, because you're never aware what's going on after that.
Okay.
It takes a while for you to come out of that.
Now, was it a time during your life where all three of them were occurring during different times? Because it sounds like the grand mal seizures would happen when you were asleep.
Yeah.
Did they happen
Yes.
at night, in the afternoon, in the morning? When did yours happen?
I know one time I was at a workplace at my job. I don't know what I was doing, but I went to the bathroom and my head just dropped. See, sometimes you never know when it's gonna come on. You never know.
Right, right. Okay.
And most of mine was in the morning,
Oh,
you
your
know?
grand mal seizures?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, I know
Okay.
like when I was 7, when I was first diagnosed with it, it would just happen. That's why
Okay.
I stress to people who has epilepsy, take your medication.
Right. Which is
And
very
even then, you don't know if something can happen.
right. Which is very important. Okay.
Yeah, that the medicine is very important.
Now, do you just take one medication or do you have a cocktail? Do you take two or three?
I take 4 of them.
Okay. Okay. And will you
No,
be on that medication for the rest of your life?
yes, I will. Yes.
Is that something else that was hard for you to come to grips with?
Yes, that I have to take my medication every day. Yeah, because nobody wants to take medication.
That's true.
So that was just something I had to do. And sometimes you might forget. So and you have to keep up on it. Now I know a couple of times where I forgot rushing out of work or whatever. I had a fatigue seizure,
Mm,
and it's not intentionally to forgetting, but you
right.
just have to place the medicine where you can see it every day, so
Okay.
you won't forget to take it.
Before a grand mal seizure, do you know one is coming on? Does it happen during the course of your day? When would yours take place?
No, mine took place, I guess, when I was asleep, but I
Okay.
never knew that a seizure was coming on. It
Okay.
just, I think
It
that
just-
most of the time it just happened in my sleep.
What age were you when you first realized that, like, I'm epileptic, like this is a part of my life? What age were you when you fully understand, like, I have epilepsy?
20.
Okay. All right. And how did that make you feel?
I guess I had to just realize that I had it. You know,
Okay.
I was embarrassed about it for a long time.
Tell me
Because
why.
I couldn't do excuse me, I couldn't do many things. Couldn't do a
Okay.
lot of things that my friends did.
Okay.
Like I always wanted to drive, so I had to get that together before I started driving. I guess you had to be 3 to 5 years without a seizure, and
Okay.
I couldn't do a lot of stuff because I had the epilepsy. But it was just something I had to say that I had to deal with. But the most important thing was I had to take my medication. You have to take, whoever's epileptic, you have to take your medication or she will have a seizure. The
Okay.
medication is important.
But yours is controlled by medication.
Yeah, mine is controlled by medication. That's why I would always stress to people who's epileptic, take your medication
Okay.
because
Which is
that
good.
helps a lot. That helps a lot.
Now, you indicated that for a while you were embarrassed. You didn't want people to know that you were epileptic. Did you join a support group? Did you know of other people who were epileptic? Did that help you get over the way you were feeling? Or it's just something that you come to realize this is nothing to be embarrassed about. So I have to understand the reality of it and move on with my life.
Yes, I joined a support group, but it's been a while. But
Mhm.
if you have epilepsy, I guess, you just have to deal with it and do the right thing. You know what I mean?
Right,
So,
right.
just take your medication. That's what I would just tell people who's epileptic. Take your medication. That's the most important thing when you epileptic. Take your
Okay.
medication.
So I
You
know you
have
said
to.
you couldn't drive for a while. So are you driving now?
Yeah, I'm driving now. It's going on 2 years.
Good, good, good.
2 years.
So how long was it that you've ever went without having a seizure?
3 to 5 years.
That's excellent.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
excellent. So when you go through that, when you had that long stretch of not having a seizure, what do you do? Do you go to your doctor to say, listen, I want to drive now? Because I know when you get your permit, there has to be a physical that's completed by your doctor. So you have to get approval from your doctor before you can get your driver's permit.
Yes. They would tell you you have to be so many years free. The doctor will tell you that for you to have to get, if you want your permit or you want to drive. The
Okay.
doctor will tell you. And it's good to go to your doctor and ask them that, because they will tell you. They will tell you. And they will not put a epilepsy person on the road or give them their license or permit until you probably about 3 years or 5 years free.
That's great. That's great. Now I can imagine being epileptic is trying, and you need a support system. Did your family play an important role in your journey as far as you being epileptic and coming to the reality that this is a part of my life? How important was it for you to have that strong family support to be able to manage your seizures?
Oh, that was great. My mom and dad supported me a lot, helped me with the doctors and went with me to the doctors. And most of all, I had my godmom, who is not here, was always there by my side too.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
And I have
Now,
my sister. I have a strong sister, strong brother. They always supported me too. Always.
okay,
Always.
okay. I did read somewhere that being epileptic, it can have some effect on learning. And you said you were diagnosed at what age?
7.
Okay. Did that affect your learning in school?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And that's one of the, I guess people with epilepsy would be embarrassed about that. But, like it is what it is. It is what it is.
Okay.
You
All
know.
right. But again, having that strong support system, that's what helped you get through.
Yep.
And
Yes.
I
Yes.
take it that you went all the way to high school and you graduated?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Share a little bit about your story as far as that when you were young and the doctors were, I want to say, a little apprehensive because they didn't think that you would make it past a certain grade, correct?
Yeah, I guess. I just had to
Okay.
show them,
Right,
yes.
right.
Yes.
And then that strong support system with your mother and your father.
And my mother and my father. Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
And you are a high school graduate.
High school graduate. Proud to say.
Okay. Tell me something. What positive message would you have for those who are epileptic and they are embarrassed to tell others that they are epileptic?
I would say you're going to be embarrassed about it. But as you get older, you just have to do the right thing. And they will come forth with it and say, this is what I have. This is the way it's going to be. So,
Okay.
I think everybody who has epileptic, you don't want to tell people about it at first. That's just the way it is. But you have to get through it, and they will. They will.
Okay.
So you just have to know that it's a part of your life. You know.
Eric, tell me, do you wear the medic alert bracelet? So if
You know
something was
that's
to happen when you're in public, people will know.
that's a funny thing. I used to wear that because I like the way how it looked, not because I
Okay.
was epileptic. You know.
Okay.
So and then I just stopped wearing it. You know, and like always hung around my close friends and my family. They knew I didn't like to talk about it. They knew I was embarrassed about it, but they knew. They knew. So I didn't have to keep the bracelet on or whatever. So
Okay.
it was, but I always did like that bracelet.
Well,
And
my word of advice for you, I know you work and you drive. So God forbid if something was to happen, you want to have that bracelet on if you're not around your family or your friends. So if something was to happen and someone doesn't know you, then they know, okay, he has a history of something medically. So then they would know. That's just my
that's
word of advice.
no, you know what? That's true. I can't find that bracelet nowhere.
Well, Christmas is
I would
coming
like
up.
to have it. I would like to have
Okay.
it.
Well, Christmas is coming up, so maybe somebody will purchase it for you
Oh,
for
okay.
Christmas.
That'll be a nice Christmas present.
Okay. So is there anything else that you would like to share about your journey as far as being epileptic and anything that has helped you grow?
I'm just not embarrassed about talking about it no more. It's just not about it. It's what it is what it is. So once you
Mhm.
know that you have it and you just have it, you know. So I'm just not embarrassed about it no more. As I
Well,
got
that's
older,
great.
it's what it is.
For those of you who may not know, and you're probably looking at the camera saying, they look alike. That is because Eric Payne is my middle brother, of whom I love and of whom I am extremely, extremely proud of. His journey was trying and it was long, but he is in a different place mentally. And for that, I truly thank God. Thank you for joining me today, Eric.
Thank you. Have a good one and happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me today. Sometimes in our lives, we are faced with things that we have no control over. But please understand, doctors play a crucial part in our lives. Support from your family and your friends can help you get through the difficult journeys in your life. Remember, if you know someone who is epileptic, please check on them daily and give them words of encouragement. Thank you for joining me today. Peace and blessing.